I don't work out, so hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. Nathaly, Raya here, and welcome to today's video. For today's video, we're going to be talking about 10 different things that are different here in Germany versus in America. I've spent my entire life in America and I've only been in Germany for 6 months. I still have a lot to learn, but these are a few of the stuff that I have learned since being here. Now, before we continue, if you're not subscribed, make sure to subscribe down below right now. Also, make sure you click that little notification bell button. It's right next to the subscribe button so you guys don't miss out from any of my upcoming new videos. And if you would like to follow me on Instagram at Nathaly Raya, that's how you can find me. Okay, since there is 10 topics that we're going to be talking about, I'm going to try and do this as quick as possible. So let's go ahead and start off with number 1. This one I actually learned not that long ago, and I thought I would just make it number 1 because I thought it was really interesting. Wedding rings. So in America, you usually wear your wedding ring on your left hand. Here in Germany, you actually wear your engagement ring on your left hand, and once you get married, meaning your wedding ring, you wear it on your right hand. So I thought that was really interesting, and actually I was not the one who noticed this. Phoenix was the one who started noticing guys wearing a ring on the right hand, and he told me to look it up. He's like, does that mean something? So I did look it up, and yes, you do wear your marriage ring on your right hand here in Germany. Number 2 is unusual baby names. So before you name your baby here in Germany, all names have to be approved by your local registration office. You cannot name your baby after a product or a last name, so pretty much Kim K would have had trouble naming her babies if they were to be born here in Germany. The name that is chosen for the baby also has to indicate its gender. So if you're having a baby girl, you have to choose a female's name, and if you're having a male, you have to choose a male's name. Like, it cannot be unisex, it cannot be confusing. So number 3 is bottle deposit. This one is still a little bit confusing for me. We actually have not gotten on the wagon fully yet, but we did start. So in America, we are so used to just throwing everything in the trash, all the empty bottles, glass, aluminum, and we just throw it all in one place. Here, they're actually really big on recycling, and I have mentioned recycling here before, but this one is a little bit different because on my last video, I actually didn't know that they do this. So usually in majority of the big grocery stores, they have machines where you can deposit your bottles, plastic cans, and you get money for it, anywhere from like 0.8 cents to 25 cents to 75 cents euro, so it adds up. Last time we did this, it was actually our first time. We took 24 bottles of beer glass, and I don't remember how much we got back, but I know that we got a few dollars, and that we used towards the groceries. So a lot of people do this, and it's really interesting, and I feel like I could get used to it. I'm actually starting to save all of my plastic bottles. I'm separating everything. I was doing that before. I was separating everything, but I would go and dump them outside on their each bin, and it's like we're literally throwing money away. So that pretty much goes out to all of the Americans here that are coming into Germany, that are PCSing into Germany. I feel like that is something that we should have learned since day 1. So pretty much for a water bottle, if you return that single water bottle empty, obviously you get 25 cents back. 25 cents euro, which is like 28 cents US dollars. I mean, it adds up. So this next one is traffic lights. Okay, there's really nothing much to it, but in America, it goes from green light to yellow to red, and then when you need to go, it turns green right away. Here, it's a tiny bit different, really nothing different. The only thing that is a little bit different is that before it turns green, it actually turns yellow just for maybe 1 or 2 seconds. Not a big deal, but I thought that was cool in a way, just because we obviously don't see that in America. Here, it's like when I make a stop, I am no longer waiting for a green light. I am waiting for the yellow light. I mean, the yellow light only takes 1 second, so as soon as it turns yellow, you know that you pretty much have to go and then it turns green, which, like I said, I thought that was a little bit cool and thought I would add it to this video. And now that I'm talking about traffic lights, I just thought of another thing that I'm gonna add to this topic right here. So in America, the intersection lights, I mean like the intersection, the traffic lights, you can see when you need to go because you're actually looking straight ahead and you can see from pretty much far away. The lights are all the way over here, so you can see that. Here, when you make a complete stop, the light is like right here, right beside you. So it's I saw a meme actually where there's like a picture of the driver and it says USA. Like you're just sitting there in your car perfectly fine waiting for the green light, and here you stop and then your neck is like this because the lights are up here and you really can't see, like you have to be looking. I'm sure people don't do that, but I find myself doing that. Like I'm just looking up there trying to make sure. Maybe I'm stopping way too close to the line, but there's a line and I literally give it like 2 feet. Anyway, so I thought I would just throw that there just because I thought it was a little bit funny and it is different. This next one is cremation urns. So it is illegal to keep your loved one's ashes in your home. They sort of see it as a coffin, you know, it should be in the cemetery. So that is why it is illegal to keep someone's ashes in your home. And then you can also not scatter their ashes. So I thought that was really interesting that you cannot have them in your home. Like they have to be buried in a cemetery. This next one is running out of fuel. So this one is punishable. You could get a fine for running out of fuel, for stopping in the Autobahn. So obviously they don't want anyone to be stopping in the Autobahn, and since running out of fuel, it's a human error. It's something that you are effing up on for not being prepared, for not filling your gas tank up, for not having that extra gas. Whatever it is pretty much your fault. And it makes sense because whenever someone stops in the Autobahn, it's like you're causing a distraction, you might be slowing the traffic, so it kind of makes sense. Oh my goodness, watch that happen to me one day. Don't jinx yourself, Natalie. We're good. Let's move on. So number 7 is Sundays. Yes, I'm going to be talking about Sundays one more time. You guys should already know by now because I've talked about this a few times. Sundays is a no work day. It is a rest day. It is a church day, and it is a quiet day. There's actually a law that says you cannot drill on Sundays because it's loud and, you know, it makes a lot of noise. So a lot of things are closed. Obviously, I've said this before. Your local grocery store is closed. Your favorite clothing boutique is closed. Like there's no shopping. I believe there's a few things that are open, like bakeries, and I believe everything inside a train station. But I mean, my nearest train station is in Nuremberg, which is about an hour and 15 minutes away. So yeah. So this next one, I think it's pretty cool. I feel like a lot of teenagers back in America would be jealous of this one. So this one is the drinking age. The drinking age here in Germany is 16, which the way that I feel about this is in America, I don't think I've met a single person who didn't drink before the age of 18. It's like, I mean, maybe, I'm sure there is, but when I was in high school, everyone drank. And I mean, that's all under 18. I mean, I'm Hispanic. I've been drinking since I was a baby. So for the drinking age, to be 16 here it honestly sounds normal to me. It's not shocking. It sounds way too normal. This next one, the only reason why I added this was, I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. It is illegal to be homeschooled here in Germany. And I've actually learned that it is illegal to be homeschooled in a lot of other countries, but in America, it's not common, definitely not common, but you do meet 1 to 2 to maybe 5 people in your life who were homeschooled. And when I hear that, I just think it's like the coolest thing ever. But I mean, yeah, here it is completely illegal. You cannot do it. You have to go to school all 12 years. I mean, back home, there is a few states that have more requirements as to reasons why you can or cannot be homeschooled, but here it's like illegal. So this next one is confusing. Like, I just don't even want to try and get into detail. Whatever I say, however I say it, I am pretty sure that I'm gonna sound and feel dumb, and that is the metric system. So the United States is actually one of the only 3 countries in the world who do not use the metric system. I mean, back home in the States, we pretty much go by and measure with inches, foot, miles, pounds, gallons, Fahrenheit, and in Germany, not just Germany, pretty much in the entire world, it was by the metric system, which for them it's more like millimeters and meters, Celsius, by kilos and liters. See, I'm probably saying everything twice because I just cannot remember, and I probably should have wrote it down, but alright guys, that is it for this video. Now that I'm thinking about it, there's a lot more things that I have learned since being here, so if you guys would like a part 2, let me Google how to say 2 in German.
Zwei.
Zwei. Zwei.
Zwei. Zwei. Zwei.
Okay. If you guys would like a part 2, let me know down in the comments below so I can get working on that. By the way, here's an update on my hair. I did dye it again. In camera it looks a little bit golden. It's actually not as golden. I do have to go over it one more time, but I'm not gonna do that for like an entire month. Do you guys like this hair color? Let me know down in the comments below as well. And I do want to give out a shout out, and today's shout out goes out to John Sund, so shout out to you. And if any one of you guys will also like a shout out, all you have to do is make sure to be subscribed and comment anything your big old heart desires. I love you guys all. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a huge thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not subscribed to join the Raya family, and I will see you guys soon. Bye guys.